Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to look at how we can gauge distance properly on the greens. So I'm going to hit a few putts and I'll show you how I do it. So we're about 35-40 feet away, and obviously this is the distance that everyone dreads, and it unfortunately is 3-putt territory. So I'm going to give you a couple of little tips to help you avoid 3-putting and really help with your lag putting. So to start with, I'm going to do what everyone kind of does and show you a pre-shot routine that looks something like this, where they have a short backstroke, then a long backstroke, then another short backstroke before going on and hitting the putt. And that does look quite common for a lot of amateur golfers. So what I'm going to do now is give you a little bit of a pre-shot routine to help you visualize and almost manage the length of backstroke. So what I want to see is more committed practice strokes, really visualizing the line down to the ball. If you want to set a certain length, you can do, but I want to see it the same as when you're actually putting. So I'm going to have a little look. Same, repeat. Now, that's still 6 foot short, and unfortunately that would probably be a bit of a 3-putt. So what I'm going to do next is talk about the visualization side, and this is what I worked on with Steve Robinson when I was younger. And I'd used to have a practice swing. He used to time me and ask me to tell him when I think the ball stops, and it would look something like this. Yep, stopped within half a second. But actually, when you time it properly, and when you actually hit the ball and when it stops, it's around 4.5–5 seconds from this distance, depending on how slow the greens are. So what I want you to do is almost have a practice stroke and then have 4–5 seconds really visualizing the ball rolling end over end. Some people like to use the leading eye a little bit more, so it can help them visualize it going end over end. If there's a little bobble on there, it's worth visualizing a bobble almost. And yeah, trying to take that intention into your practice stroke, into the golf ball. So it's almost going to feel like you've hit the putt before you've even hit it. So I'm going to have one practice stroke, look at the hole, really visualize that ball end over end and stopping. Right, let's repeat. Okay, that time didn't actually strike it out the middle of the putter, so that's something to be aware of. If you hit it out the heel or the toe side, you are going to probably finish 4–5 feet short from this distance. So this time, going to do the same again, really focus on hitting the centre of the putter. Visualising that line again, and watch it finish. Okay, hit the middle. Yep, that was much better. So I'm going to do that again, middle of the putter, visualize it going down the line. If you have to set a length of stroke, feel free. I've got that just outside my right foot. Try again, because that was a rubbish practice stroke. So you'll probably notice in your habits that you might just get into a certain routine. And there we go. So that's now in the dustbin lid, which is what we all aim for. And all we've spoken about is literally having a proper pre-shot routine, trying to copy and paste that practice stroke into the actual stroke, really visualising, take your time, 4–5 seconds long, to visualise it going down the line and finishing next to the hole. And if you hit the middle of the putter, you might even hole one. So that's it on everything putting. Hope you found this really helpful, and we'll see you in the next one.